Wow. I need to make sure everything works. Yay! Hello, hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my madness. What is this? What the fuck is this? What is... Why are there so many pudding covers? I'll be honest with you, I have no idea whether or not today is gonna be chill as hell or absolute chaos and insanity. I guess it depends on how quickly I, lose my mind. It's sorcery. What sorcery is this? She in the fucking files and shit. Photoshopping her ass. No, speaking of actual sorcery. We got jams! Please let me know if the jams are too quiet. But we got jams! And I made a whole... I went through my whole music folder. Well, my biggest music folder. Yeah, merch and jams? God damn, she's got everything! No, but I went through, like, my biggest music folder, because I have a couple music folders, but I went through, like, my biggest one, right? And I just picked, like, all of the ones that I'm like, yeah, this is good for stream, and I threw that in. Because there's a couple of them where I'm like, no, I'm not playing that on stream. No, thank you. So now we have a folder, so I'm just putting it on shuffle, and it goes. Now I don't have to, like, select it every time. Love that for me. Anyway, as you can tell, I have con prep to do. This is one of the many, boring things of being an artist. It's just so many things. Y'all can't tell, because I don't have the window open for you, but I am, in fact, back in the spreadsheets. It never ends. The spreadsheets are eternal. Spreadsheets will never die. But anyway, it's mostly just so I know I have all of the shit that's in my catalog. I need it. It's important. I need to know that I've got all my stuff, but basically, what I'm doing here is I am taking literally all of my products and I am trying to make them to scale for how they would act like they are in real life. Compare that to a grid. What do I mean by grid? Let me show you for anyone who does not know. This. I have to redo my table because I do not have a 6-foot table setup. I've had both of these tables before. These have been my tables in the past. This one over here was my first ever setup. And this was split perfectly down the middle, like down this line, with me and my friend. And then this table was my second and currently last table. And this one was split down this line between a friend and mine. By the way, all this Has Been Hotel stuff was hers. That's not mine. So just ignore that. But yeah, it's basically still a 3-foot setup. So, I need a 6-foot setup. But these are the grids. These are the panels that I'm talking about. These things here. So, I've set this up. And basically now I need to plan out what goes where. The problem is that, especially on, like, these panels, so basically, these four and these four is gonna be, like, are gonna be all of my charms and stuff. And I need to make sure that, one, they're organized, and two, they all fit. So I think what's gonna happen is, like, up here, I'm probably gonna have some signage on either side. I'm thinking of maybe just making, like, little cardboard displays of vanilla and hazelnut, and just kind of sticking them up on either side here for just more signage. And then this little part here, this really thin area, is a shelf. So what I mean by that is, on this one, you can see that, like, there's the shelf. That's what that is. I didn't feel like doing this perspective properly. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be accurate, except that it needs to be accurate. Like, in terms of perspective, it doesn't need to be, but size-wise, it does. So this is an actual 2-scale model. Alright, if we go down here, you'll see this is 1 foot, and that is, if I turn off my table runner, 6 times. There you go. And these grids are 11.8 inches big, which is why you can see that there's just a tiny little gap on either side. Just a little shorter than a foot each. But yeah, that's the basic idea. But I need to put the stuff on there. Now the problem is, I don't want a file that is actually 6 feet by, I don't know, at this point it would be a little under 4 feet. It's too big. The file would be too large and I can't do anything with it. So I took it, actually made a 2-scale, like, 6-foot long canvas. And then I put one of the grids, and then I just shrunk it down. This is a grid. Like, if I go to the canvas size, which you guys can't see, but I can, it's 11.8 by 11.8 inches, okay? This is a panel. This is 1 panel. And so what I'm doing over here is literally, I have one of them in my hand. You can, it's me tapping the box, alright? I have my merchandise in my hand, and I am literally just taking a ruler and measuring this shit. And making sure that it is accurate. And to save myself some time, I'm literally just stealing my own product photography and photoshopping it to scale. Cause, yeah, I'm not drawing that. This one should be the same length as the Albedo and Cleave charm that I literally just did. Ah! It should be, keywords, because the wind chime itself, like the liquid part, is the same for all of them. They both have the heart clasp, so that should be the same, and then both of the bottom charms should be 1.5 inches 1.5 inches, yeah. So, this should be the same as the other one, but... Is it 6? Yeah, 6.5. Sorry, I blocked my model from existence because I had to measure something. Alright. I just need... Oops. I just need this. Alright. Copy. And... paste. Alright, let me put this away. The part of this process that honestly takes the longest is me trying to... is me having to take the physical item and take it in and out of the package every time. Ugh. A pain in my ass. Alright. That one's done. Now, the Misha and Clocky one... Again, the wind chime itself is the same. But he only has one... little dangly bit. So that's only 1.5 inches. And then... the clasp is also different. And I think it's bigger than the heart clasps. So... my boxes that I keep using are falling apart because I keep opening and closing them for different shit. Alright. Let me just measure this one. 4.5? No, more like 4 3/4. And yes, I know I could do this in centimeters, but the file is already set for inches, so that I don't have any, like, issues transferring it over to the other, canvas. Alright, put that there. Yeah, 4 3/4. Okay. So that's Misha. I'll do that in a second. Back! 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 He's fighting me! He's fighting me! Misha, please. Just get in the bag. Is this retribution for always drawing Clucky like a sleep paralysis demon? Swear, I don't mean it, it's just how he looks. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these boxes actually breaks on me during the stream. He is a sleep paralysis demon. Legit, though. Let me see if I can find it. Every time I draw Clocky, because I've had to draw him twice, he always looks like a sleep paralysis demon. It's just how he is. I don't make the rules, that's just how the bitch looks. Where's the cup? Yeah, that one, and... where's the other one? Oh, PSD files, how dare you not have previews. Wind chime? Yes. Okay. I'm opening up so many goddamn files. Like, there's the boy, right? Just so you understand what we're dealing with here. I'm gonna put all of this in a folder. Okay? Oh, that's the outside of the pudding. Okay. That's That's the final drawing. That's the nice orange pudding that I made, okay? Here's the demon. This is the demon. That's how he started. That's how he started. What is he holding? That's the bottle. Can't you tell? Look, it's the bottle. See? He's holding the bottle. Look, it's a perfect likeness, honestly. I see no difference. No, and then this is the wind chime, right? I gotta put. No, don't worry, because that was the second attempt. Okay, this I made first, right? And then I turn off the refs, and I put all of this crap in a folder. Oh yeah, this was the sketch. Okay. Alright. That was the... No, put it behind. Can't get rid of the magic right here. Alright, there was the final. That was the original sketch. There he is. Honestly, they're pretty on par. Look at him go. What'd you do? That's just his face. He's fine. Don't worry about it. That's just how he looks. It's your good friend Clocky. It's your good friend Clocky. He's fine. It's okay, I cleaned him up later, okay? I cleaned it up a bit later, then he looked like that. Alright? He's fine. Look, he came out okay in the end. He came out fine in the end, alright? The surgery was a success, don't worry. But you know, sometimes you just, you start here. Sometimes you need to start here to get here. Anyway. So that's a sleep paralysis demon. Anywho. Ugh. Alrighty. I need to scale this. He's fine. Alright. To the wind chime being right there. Okay. Awesome. So we will take... I'm gonna clip a little bit off the top and bottom. Just because I did that on the other one. Flatten. Copy. Undo. And paste. Alright. So then this one... Paste. I don't need these. But I do need to change... Because now the height is 4.75. Okay. Just use your product photography, it's fine. Why bother trying to draw a mock-up? You can just do this. Copy. And paste. And that's the actual length. Like, that's the actual size of the charm in comparison to an 11 by 8 grid. And that's the thing that I have to keep doing. Oh, fuck yeah, it's funky in the bin. Alright. While I'm here, I should finish the liquid charms, so let's move on to the star bottle, because I have it here. Okay. Now this one actually hangs on an angle, but it's kind of square-shaped in terms of, like, it's the same height as it is width, so... Now the better question is... I don't think I have a photo of it with the clasp on it, do I? Oh, I do. There we go. Okay. Copy. Okay. So with the clasp hanging, because it's how they will be on the display, it's 3 1/4. Interesting. Okay. I think I'll do 3 1/2 just for safety. And then it hangs like this, which is about 2 inches. Okay. So, 3.5 safety, and then 2. Or maybe not 3.5. 2.5. I'll break even and I'll just say 0.3. There we go. Alright. Paste that in here. It's very big, don't worry about it. Okay. So the thing is, when it's hung, that little part here where the clasp is at the top. So it actually hangs like this. So I need to scale it like that. And that is the correct width. Okay. Let me just get rid of the bottom. Now it's just like finagling. Now it's just like actual Photoshop that shit. Alright. I need my tablet. Let me get all this crap out of the way so I can get the tablet. So much stuff everywhere, all the time, constantly. Needs to stop. Like I said, the most troublesome part of this is just putting everything in and out of the goddamn bags. I also have the big box of all my versions of these that I keep, so like... Oi! The box. Okay. Yep. Alright. You go in here. And you go in here. Oh no, the puddings, they're encroaching. Pudding encroach. I just have all this shit in a big box. I don't know, man. It's everywhere. Oh yeah, I will need to do that one eventually. I mean, by the time I have a convention, I would have it out. Fuck, that means I have to measure it. God damn it. Alright. Now, the only thing is I don't have product photos of that one, so, haha. Same with these. Do I have one that isn't in a bag? Yes. Okay. Yes? No? No, yes. Okay. The arches as well. They're all the same, though. No, fuck. Wait, they have different clasps. Christ. Okay. Do need to measure them. And then... that would be all of the liquids. Okay. Alright, we're good. Ah! Christ. I like how it's like, let me get some stuff out of the way so I can get the tablet out. And then proceeded to grab more shit to put on the table. Love that for me. I'll just put the ruler here. So I can proceed to forget that I put the ruler there later. Oh no, my ruler. Load-bearing water cup. There. Just like the real thing. Oh my god, it's just like it'd be in real life. Uh. Look, it's a mock-up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Why is this one loud? Why is the yo-yo... Why is the yo-yo Kokon so fucking loud? Damn. Alright. I'm gonna have to fix that. A rough cleaning. And there you go. And just, nope. There we go. It's good enough. Don't worry about it. Alright. Alright, so that's that one. Flatten. Copy. Undo, undo. And paste. Okay. And yes, I am putting, like, basically a hitbox around all of all of the merch. The thing is, I have the basic measurements, right? And none of the stuff should overlap. So I'm basically putting like a full hitbox of just like, this is the maximum amount of space that this item takes up. So I know to like leave things, because if I tried to like have it like this, maybe, and put this in between the puddings or something, you know, it just, I can't guarantee that it's actually gonna line up the way I want it to. So it's better to just, like, you know, leave space. Need a wind chime, and then this is the Mishan clocky wind chime. Okay, and then this is the star bottle. And I also need to label all of them because once they're like all over the place and in different folders and different categories and I'm gonna lose my mind. So, no thank you. Alright, we don't need that anymore. Now... arches. Arches. Okay. This one and... oh, where's the other arch? Yeah, and this one. Okay. Okay. Who do I have? Okay, Robin. Cool. Alright, so the arch... oh, do not fall that way. Your acrylic is too small for you to be doing that shit. I know, I fucked up. Don't give you the rap. Okay. So not counting the hole. So the area here where the jump ring goes through. It's 1.5. With the hole, it's 1 3/4. Good to know. And then with the clasp. Ugh. What about with the clasp? Stretch out the clasp. Basically 3 inches. Yeah. It's like 3.2, but it's basically 3. Alright. I can turn the volume back up. Fuck yeah. I don't know why the other one was so loud. Anywho. So, it's about 3 inches tall and at the widest, 1.5. Okay. Height, I'm gonna say 3.1. Just for safety, give myself a bit of a thing. And then, what did I say? 1.5? Robin? Yeah, 1.5. Okay. I guess I'll take Sunday just because his jump ring here is actually, like, the height it should be. Okay? Turn it a little. I have to consider that all of my photography is not necessarily, at the right angle. Okay, and then just take the clasp. And I'm just gonna... not like that. I would like to see what I'm doing, please. Straighten that out, and then it goes basically like that. About there. Alright. Again, rough approximations. I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna call it good enough. There. It's fine. Again, I think, because these kind of slope down the higher, you know, like the arch itself is thinner at the top than it is at the bottom. And I took the photos like top down, so I think the perspective is a little bit off, which is the case for a good chunk of the photos, but that's okay. That's fine. Doesn't need to be 100% accurate. What's more than anything is like getting the actual size correct in terms of the red. I'm kind of just plopping in the merch so I know what is what, basically. Okay. So with Aventurine, same thing. I just need to check, because he has a different... Come on, get off the floor, buddy. Come on, get off the... Thank you. He did the sticky thing again. Alright. Oh, this is my nice one. This is the one that doesn't have the little bit of plastic in it from the manufacturer. Fun. Alright, what I need to check basically is if the height is the same, because he's got a different clasp. The clasps always be doing shit. Okay, yeah, no. The star clasp makes him ever so slightly taller. Ever so slightly, but it's like negligible. So I'm gonna say they're about the same. Alright. Adventuring. Back in the bag with you. Okay. I'm done with these. Put them over here. Oh, he's too big! He's too bloody big. Okay. Line him up with the bottom. Which is a little hard to do because there's a fucking playing card in the way. I'm trying to find, like, the edge. Okay. And you can see where things don't quite line up because, I'm putting him out to the edge, and yet I think he's somehow smaller than Sunday. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Anyway. I could put the clasp. Or... I got a brush. It's this one. There we go. Just close enough, right? You get the idea. Good enough. Like, I'm not... I'm doing my best. It's also hard to tell because there's a fucking playing card. I'm no one to blame for that but myself, but still. The background, it's so hard to see. Alright. And then there's that, and I'm just gonna take the, yeah, the gold from here. That's not what I wanted. I'll just, good enough. It's like it never happened. That's what it's there for. That's the point. And look, now the clasp is there. See? It's like nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Alright, let's grab Sunday here. Bops. Only bops. Alright. And then flatten, select, copy, and paste. There we go. Undo, undo. Don't need these. Alright. And then this is gonna be... That was my computer. Robin and Sunday. Sunday is just gonna represent both of them, because I'm not gonna make a whole new one for them if they're exactly the same. Arch. Oh yeah, I should label this as Arch. Okay. Alright. Ah, shit, these don't have the clasp. It's a U-hook. These... Do these have clasps? This one does. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. So then I'm just gonna basically tack the measurement of the U-hook on this one onto this one and pretend that's what it's supposed to be. Okay, it would hang this way, orientation-wise. And that's about 1.75. And then the U-hook is 1.5. Okay. So now's the fun part. No, not that. No, stop. Keep doing that. Okay. Hey, Julian! Welcome in! Nice to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good today. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. What was it? 1.75 and 1.5. So 3.25. Okay, that's how tall it's gonna be. Oh, yeah. Okay, so height is 3.25. What's the width? That's the question. That's centimeters. I hate inches, but I have to use them. Because that's how the grids work. Granted, I could just convert it into centimeters, but it's too late. Problem is I'm trying to measure the width of a 3D object. Like, on its side. For safety's sake, I'm gonna say 2 inches. I don't know. Okay. Both of you can leave. Okay, so this is gonna be fun because I don't actually have an image of this one. New... What did I say the clasp was? 1.5? Yeah, the clasp pad's 1.5. Okay. Height, 1.5. That's all I need. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna make a little 1.5-inch thing. Now I'm gonna paste that there. And that's just gonna hit the top. And basically... turn that down. And then grab the... There it is, that's the U-hook, that's exactly the one I needed. And I was on the wrong layer, so of course it's not gonna give me the one I need next time. It did. How kind. Okay. And this is the clasp. Measuring! Okay. And now, in this space, go with thine object, which... Okay, let me take the clasp. I got to shove that off to the side a bit. Okay. And when this is hanging, because again, it doesn't have a clasp on it yet, because I don't have them. Little... Put this on top. Hole go lift there. And then there's... Okay. This is just a rough sketch, because I don't have photos of this, because it's not coming out until, until May. You're getting a really rough-looking sneak peek. Hi, Ribbons! Welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing? And kind of like that. Gee, guys, I wonder what it could possibly be. I wonder what the object could possibly be. Anyway. That's the rough mock-up. I know what it is. I'm gonna... Anything on this layer? No. Cool. I'm gonna very quickly just fill it with blue. So that I know. There you go. Roughest, worst fucking sneak peek of future products you've ever seen in your life. You're all welcome. Wait in horrid anticipation for another month and a half. You'll never know. They'll never guess. Alright. Let me flatten that. Copy. And paste. Okay. That's what those are. Ugh. Okay. Whoops, do not close that. I need that. Okay. So, same thing with this product. It's something you're not going to see for a little while. Still needs the U clasp, so that's going to stay the same, and I already know that's the accurate height that it needs to be. The problem is, both of these don't have the hole on the top. They have it on the side, which for this one, I think they could have put it on the top. Or they could have just moved it up, like, upward a little bit. I don't know why they put it here, but... to each their own. I don't know. I'm not the fucking manufacturer. Because in whole height, this product on its own, without counting the clasp, is, like, 2.75 inches, but with the clasp and how it's angled. 3.75? Yeah, 3.75. Okay. From the top here, 3.75, and then width-wise, because again, it's on an angle, just to make my life harder. This is how it hangs with gravity. I'm gonna say 2.5? You guys can't see, but I'm struggling here. I'm gonna say it's 2.5, maybe 2.3? No, 2.5. Okay. Welcome to the game of numbers. I hate it here. Oh, it's my life. Alright. Alright, put that... Also, can't say I don't pack my charms well, because I put it in a bag, in a bubble-wrapped bag, into another bubble-wrapped bag. Okay? This shit is secure. 2.5. Okay. So we can... scond with this. Now this one... you guys are never gonna know. You guys will never guess what this product could possibly be. You'll never know. They'll never figure it out. Oh, okay, maybe it hangs a little more like this. Again, rough approximations here. It's the general idea. It's good enough. All right. And then where the fuck is anything? That's not the right color. Is it even worth it to color it? It's basically the same color as the rest here. Make it even lighter so I know what it is. You'll never know! Love how I'm spoiling my merch in, like, the worst way possible. And then go up here. There you go. Okay. Did I color the clasp on this one? No? Oh well, too bad. Flatten. Whoops, wrong button. Do not cut the layer. That's the exact opposite of what I want to do. Okay. Alrighty. So that is all the liquids. The 3 wind chimes, the 3 arches, the bottle, the 2 of them, and then this one. Yeah, okay. So that's all my liquids. So we have that. So I can put them back in the box. Which means I have to move the tablet out of the way. Alright. Now these are the loose liquids because they're loose. Don't ask me why, they just are. And by loose, I mean they just don't have like a box. They're in bubble wrap. They don't have a box. This is Robin. So that's Aventurine. And then this one can just go here in the pile, PM. My favorite part. The puddings are already done. Stickers, Stickers I'm not worried about because I have those usually self-serve in little acrylic stairs. Or if I have them up, I already know how many fit per grid, and I know what size each sticker is, because it's either 1.5 for the mini stickers, and then everything else is between 2.5 and 3. So, I'm not worried about them. That's all the liquids. I already drew out the pudding. I have all the squishes. I have the, cup. And that's all stickers, so it's just regular charms. Oh, thank God. Alright. I just gotta yoink them all out. Now that's a pudding lid. That's samples. That's samples. Okay. Yeah. These. These. Uh-huh. And these. And that should be all of the regular charms that I have right now, I want to say. Yeah, it is. Okay. Good, good, good. We're almost done measuring things. Thank God. Alright. Let me start at the top of the list and just do it in order. Get rid of all this. We don't need it. Okay. What I need to do now is get all of my charms. So the regular ones. Okay. This one. This one. Let's start with the first 3. Okay. And lucky for me, these are flat charms, so I can usually photograph them with the actual, like, clasp sitting flat on the, table. Which means I don't have to finagle stuff. Okay, and then these are all vanilla. Alright. By the way, I have a little box with, like, minimum 2 copies of each of my charms for, like, myself. So I use them for photography and displays and personal use and things like that. So I just have them sitting around. Now I know this is a 2.5 inch, but what is it 2.5 inch on the longest or? Yeah. So 2.5 wide and then it's 2.5 wide and oh, almost 4 inches tall. So 4 by 2.5. Okay. Yes! We have the emotes! Yeah, we are so strong! Okay, so width is 2.5, height is 4. He is a big boy. 4 inches tall. They grow up so fast. Alright. And paste. Oh god! Stare into your soul. Alright. And this is easy, because I can just orient this like this, and, again, you have to account that this is flat on a table, and I don't quite angle the camera right every time, So that's good enough. Perfect. Alright, let me get hazelnut as well. Alright. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to check the width. Because hazelnut might be wider. Although I doubt it because they're 2.5 inch. So that means they're gonna be... Oh, hello, Juicy. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Are you 2.5 inch? You are 2. Okay, I am correct, because I know what manufacturer this... I know my manufacturers, and I know how they work with the angles. It's 2.5 on the longest side. And they will not give you nearly a small bit more. How am I? I'm doing good. We're measuring, merchandise for mock-ups and such, and overall I'm doing pretty good. It's, at least currently, I don't want to bite myself in the ass yet, but at least right now, it's fairly painless. So, we are surviving, we are thriving. It's really cute. Thank you! I try my best. Alright, so that's both of these guys. And I don't even need to, like, put a red border on this or anything. It's just what it is. This is... Nope, that's the mock-up. Okay. That one, and then go over here and grab hazelnut, and copy that, and paste that. Oh, I just realized Nightbot isn't working. Do I have to turn that on every time, or... Hold on a sec. Nightbot, bud! Wakey wakey, you're online? You sure about that? Bitch, you sure about that? Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute, the timers! Why is it always like this for me? Anyway. Whatever, we'll survive. Okay. That was vanilla and hazelnut. Now I need the... Yes. Okay. Actually, I think I saw one where the... Yeah. This one. It's... Look, the charm is perfectly in line. That's what I want. I don't care if it's the front or back of the charm. I just kind of want to get the clasp in line, because otherwise it's gonna make my life so much harder. Alright. Now, how tall is he? He's a... 3.5 inch? I want to say? Yeah. Because he's the same length as the Trailblazer raccoon. So that March could be a 3 inch? Or is she a 2.5? I don't remember. So it's a 3.5. Flip the ruler. So it's a 3.5 inch? Yes, it is. I am correct. I win. Alright, well, how wide is he? About 2 inches. And with the clasp... Why's my ruler sticky? What substance? It's probably glue. To be fair, this is the same ruler I use for, like, bookbinding and shit. So it makes sense. It's just, like, old glue on you. Alright. With the clasp... He's nearly 5 inches! Jesus Christ. Big boy. Which would mean the Trailblazer should... Both Kalis and Stell should also be about 5 inches then. Oh god, I imagine... Because Dawn Hunt is a 4-inch acrylic. with a U-hook clasp, which is usually about 1.5 inches. Jesus Christ. Look, I know how large the charms are, like, in my hand, but, like, when you put a number to it, it makes a difference. Okay. So 5 by... what did I say, 2? Fuck, I already put the charm away. Damn it. Gosh darn it, now I gotta pull it back out. How wide is this? Yeah, 2. Okay. 5 by 2. Yeah, damn it, just stop getting overzealous. Alright, so 5 and 2. Like, look at that! That's just like when you see how long it really is. Turn him a little. It's the rough idea. Okay, I think he might be a little wider than that, actually. For safety's sake, I'm gonna go 2.1. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So that's that one. Yeah, I do need that to be labeled as the charm, just so I know it's different, because I have multiple stickers of him. That's the other thing. Whoops, that's, not an M. Okay. Alright. Let me just do my labeling. What I should do is put them in folders. So these are regular charms. Then I need liquids. Which are all of these. The cup can sit on its own because I'm not worried about that. And then I need the squishies, which are all of these. Okay. Much better. Organization. Save us. Cup can just sit on the bottom. I'm not worried about that. Let me turn off some stuff just so it's out of the way. I'll keep the pudding cups because they're fun. Okay. I'm not gonna need the stickers. Because again, I know how big they are. All of those stickers were 3 inches. So I would probably just make like a 3 by 3 inch square and call it a day. That I know off the top of my head. Christ, what do we have next? Let's do like the so I would need the... where's the water ones? Oh, thank God I did it. Look at that. See, that's what I mean. Look how nice and straight the clasp is. I can just... there you go. I don't have to finagle anything. Okay, I think these are either 2 or... are they 3 inch? They're either 2.5 or 3 inch acrylic wide, so that's how wide it would be. Are these 3 inch? Can't remember. It's been too long. Yeah, they're 3 inch. Okay. So then how tall are they, including the clasp? With the clasp, a little bit... no, wait. Little... like right between 0.25 and 0.5. Okay. Make me suffer. Copy. Okay. Change size. Width is 3. Height is between 3.2 and 3.5. So I'm gonna say 3.35 for safety. There we go. Okay. Shrink. Shrink some more. Just until it fits. Let's put it down here. Because I do recognize that this clasp is doing that funky angle thing that I mentioned. I can very easily just do this. Swoop. Now it works. Alright. So that's the water. Whoop. Copy. Wrong one. Edit. Paste. There we go. And I need the exact same thing for the hydrate. Copy. Paste. Whoops. My aspect ratio. No! Where are we in life if we do not keep aspect ratio? The world would just evolve into chaos and tragedy. Again, this is one of those times where it's like... Okay, I was about to say, why does it look smaller? It's not. It just... For some reason, my brain did a thing. Scale it up. And then turn the aspect ratio back on, that way it's on by default. Okay. Copy. And paste. Okay. Now I have both of those. I closed the file that I need. Lucky for me, I save scum like a bitch. So, it doesn't even matter. Alright, so this one is hydrate. And then this is just water. Water charm. Okay. So then now we get on to the groups. Okay, so let's grab you. No, you, because that one's in line. You, because that one's in line, and then you, because that's in line. Yeah! Again, look how straight the clasps are. That's what I want. These are the funky ones, because they're on the special boards. Did I close the file again? What did I close? I closed... Yeah, I closed what I needed again. God damn it. Why do I keep doing this? Oh, I'm a fool. Alright. Put the water ones away. Now I gotta find all the fucking Sonic charms. I put them away in different bags. Based on, like, category. So now I just gotta finagle through which one's which. Ah, get in the bag. I really wish at times like these that I had a second camera. I could show you guys me fumbling all the fucking bags everywhere. Uh. Eh. I need Sonic. I need a metal because I already have a shadow out because I needed him for reference for something. Which, to be honest, I could probably put him away. I don't think I need him anymore. It's really to check, I think, the whole placement. Because I'm designing new stuff, per the title. Well, we'll get to that, but... Okay. I have metal selected, but I completely forgot how the file setup for charms, at least for this particular manufacturer, works. Because for one of my menus, it's just like, here's the drawing, and this is how big I want it to be. And they go, okay, and then they do the cut line and the white ink and everything. And then this manufacturer, so the same one that I got, the Sonic charms done from, no, that one I have to do the cut line and the white ink and everything myself. And I forgot how you set all that shit up. Because I haven't made a charm since the fucking Sonic ones. Alright, no, I need metal. That's right. Okay. These are 7cm acrylics, which is equivalent to, I think, a little... No, it's about 3 inches, actually. About 3 inches? Not that one. I mean, if you go on a diagonal, sure. Yeah, it's a little over 2.5 inches, but like a little under 3. Anyway. How wide is he? About 2 inches by, counting the clasp, 4.5. 2 by 4.5. 2, 4.5. Copy. Okay, that one I actually got rather accurately. Look at that. Look at how perfect that fit. Alright. Okay. How the hell... Okay, how big is Shadow? That's centimeters. Look, I want to work in centimeters. I really do. But, Alas, the grids work in inches. Could I have converted it? Yes. Would that have made my life a little easier? Yes. Alas. Alright, he's like 2.75. Alright, 2.75 by 3.75. Very helpful, sir. $2.75, 3.75. Alright. Get in your box, Okay, but like these are fitting so well into the size that I do. Wow. I must have taken these like dead head on with the camera, like perfectly over them to get it this accurate. Like I said, with some of these, the camera was like angled, like slightly different. It depends, because some things have more reflectiveness to them than others, and then I can't. Oh no, wait, that's the bag for Sonic. Shadow doesn't fit in here, he's too wide. Okay. So, take this with like the random singular ring. Alright. Paste that in there. We don't need this anymore. Alright, so Sonic. How wide? He is ever so slightly over 2.5. Ever so slightly. And then height. Ever so slightly below 4.25. Sonic, you upset me. Alright. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do like 2 point... What did I say, was 7.5? No, a little over 2.5, so I'm gonna do 2.6. Right? Yeah. And then height was like ever so slightly below 4.25, so I'm gonna do 4.1. That should fit a Sonic? Question mark. Rough approximation. The longer I do this, the more deranged I'm gonna get. The less I'm gonna care. Okay, but that's still accurate though. God damn it. Good enough. Okay. Copy. And paste. Alright, so that's all the Sonic ones. Alright. Relabel some things. Alright. Oh, there's 3 charms left. There's 3 charms left to measure. We're almost there. I'm almost there. I can see freedom. It's so close. It's a hell of my own making, and honestly, this is where I want to be. But also, God, it's tedious. Holy hell. I love the tedium. I hate the tedium, but I love the tedium. Alright. I should probably turn Sonic. He's a little too tall right now. There we go. Now I can close the bag. Okay, so the only one left are these guys. So let me put all of these back in the box, just so there's less stuff in the way. Oh no, the pudding! Oh, the pudding! They're just loose in here. My own personal puddings are just loose in here. They're getting everywhere. Stop it. Ugh. I've had the last 3. Technically 4. But much like Robin and Sunday, I'm gonna do the same thing where I'm kind of gonna not measure one of them because they're the same size. Okay. Oh, last 3. You know what? Pause. I think I'm gonna take a break real quick because I need a drink. So you know what time it is, chat. Get your drinks, get your snacks, get your pillows, go to the bathroom, get up and do your stretchies, do whatever it is you gotta do. Now is the time. It is break time. And we will come back to measure these goddamn charms. It's the last thing I do. Ah. like nothing happened. Hold on, let me... Alright, put the ruler over there. Put the ruler over... The ruler's fighting me. Huh, is there a command I can use for that? So now I'm just confused, because now I'm like, damn it, Nightbot, I got you so that you could do the thing that Streamlabs didn't want to do. And now you're not doing it. Me timers. They're enabled. Okay. Then bloody use them. Mean. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna just... hate doing my own promotion. Nightbot, you're supposed to do it for me in the background so I can forget about it. So I don't have to do any sales pitch. And I don't feel awkward being like, hey, here's my stuff. It feels weird. Like, I'm used to that on Instagram, but anywhere else, it's like, no. Oh, that's right, I need to pull up the images. Ugh. Whiplash, such a fucking bop. Okay. This one... This one... Where's the raccoon? There you go. Okay. Give me this. Now the question is, how big is he? So he's also a 3.5, so he should be exactly the same as the Wanderer, Scaramouche, Riku, Cat, Charm. It's about 2.5 by 5. Yeah. 2.5 by 5. Okay. That's good enough. Alright. Put him in there. Oh no, Sonic. Blocking him. Alright. And that was the one for Kalis, but that's gonna stand for both him and Stell, because of course, for some reason, I had to make like 2 different versions to make my life harder, when I could have just made 1, because the differences are so fucking minimal. Ah, I did this to myself. But this was also me of like 2.5 years ago, so I've learned. But like, goddamn. Okay, speaking of which, where is Stell? That's Kalis. That's Kalis. That's Stell. That's Stell. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't stacking them like alternately or something like that, because then that would make my life a lot harder later. Alrighty. Boy Howdy, thank fuck for protective film. What happened to this poor March? Oh, she's got so many scrapes all over her. This is why I leave the protective film on when I send people their charms, because by God, I have no clue what happened. This must have happened in shipping to me. It's probably why I kept it. Ooh, alright. Question, because I forgot how tall she is. No, yeah, she is a 3-inch. Okay, that's what I figured. Whoops. She is a 3-inch. That's what I thought. Okay. So width-wise, she's pretty square, actually. So 2.5 by 2.5 by 4.5. Okay. Half by 4.5, which makes sense because they're the same width, and this is an acrylic that's half an inch shorter than the previous acrylic. So, yep, checks out. We know how to do basic math. For God, at least I'd hope I know how to. I tutor that shit every Thursday. Okay. Alright. Turn her a little bit. So it's a bit more... Okay, see, these are not like the Sonic ones. These I did not, necessarily, photograph correctly, orientation-wise. Just grab it. Make it bigger. There, nothing happened. It's fine. And it doesn't need to look good. It's just whatever. Just cover up the corners. Good enough. Copy. Paste. And then... Oh no! Who... By proxy should be... probably a 5.5-inch long. Although he's not that wide. He's more like... more like 2.25. Height-wise, though, he should be like 5.5. Yeah. God damn it. Sir. Too long. I have no one to blame but myself, but still. So, 2.25, and then 5.5. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. There he is. Alright, shimmy this over a bit. So I can take... Oh, I don't have my tablet right in front of me. It's fine. Just so I can take the clasp. No. Give it a little turn. There we go. Good enough. Good enough. Just pretend nothing happened. Nothing happened. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to serve its purpose. Alright. Up. There we go. And copy. Okay. There's too many of them. Charm. This is March. And I don't care if they're in the folder labeled charm. They individually also need to be labeled charm, because in case I move them, I need to have it. Alright. Put them back in the bag. Oh my god, I'm done measuring. Thank fuck. I'm free. I mean, I'm not fully free. I do still need to, like, finagle with positioning and stuff, but this was the tedious bit. This was the bit that I was like, but it's done. Oh my god. Back in the box! That's everything, right? Please. Yeah, that's everything. Thank God. There is some other... Well, no, the other one's... That one barely takes up any space at all. There is one more thing that's kind of just completing production now, but I don't have it, so bleh. I can't measure it. Granted, I know how big it is, but I mean, if I know how big it is. Hold on. I need to do a conversion because the measurement is in centimeters. No, it's in millimeters, actually, isn't it? I need to check Discord. Let me see. Where? Yeah, this. Okay. 107, which is 4.2. Okay, width 4.2, and then the height is 40, which is about 1.6. So that's another thing, and I'm just gonna paint it black. That's the product. That's the product. I'm just gonna... Perfect. You'll never know what it is. And, there's that. Alright. And then again, the other thing is literally, like, negligible. Okay. I'm done with this. Close that up. Close Discord. I don't need this running right now. Task manager, kill that guy. Find Discord and kill that guy. He has no reason to be running in the background of the stream right now, taking up resources. Thank you. Okay, put that in front. Put that in front. Okay. I did it! I have all the sizes! My god. Okay. So now I have to, like, do the thing where I take all of these and I put them in groups based on, you know, whatever they are, and I try to plan out how they're gonna look on one singular grid, and then I go over here, and then I go back and forth to... I don't want to do that right now. I did the measurements. That was the important thing. So now I can work on merch. I can do things. Get rid of that. Hold on. Give me a sec. I gotta find everything. No, in the merch folder. That's right. These. Now the question is... does this one still have the color? It does. Okay. Then that's actually all I need. Okay. Bird jump scare. Anyway. Let me change this. There we are. Now we're in art. Huzzah. Put that back, put that back. Okay. Now I can grab my tablet. Now I can actually do the thing that I want to do. Which is not quite entirely what I want to do. What I have to do is take... That's this. Christ. These are all the lines, right? Yes, okay. What I have to do is take all of this, put it in a folder. And then copy it over to this one. Because my dumbass, are the colors in here? Are the colors in here? Yes. Okay, good. That's what I needed. Blech. Gotta put them in here because my dumbass decided to separate the two files first, which I never do. I always do, like, if I'm doing a pair or set of charms, I always do them in the same file and then separate them into two files. But I was like, nah, it's fine. I'll just do it now and then I won't have to do it later. And then I bit myself in the ass. So now I've got to line up these two exactly like that. Because all of the flowers are in here. Because I did them all in the same thing. Ugh. Pain in my ass. Okay, get rid of those. I didn't... Some of these are such a pain. Okay. So I have this one. These are the lines. So this is lines. They go in here. This is the color. So that goes here. That's really all I need. And then there's the bird. Roughly. Do I have my sketch in here? Oh, that's actually a good question. I do! Oh, thank God. Okay, that's what I needed. There we go. Don't need all that then. Okay. So that's that one. And then this should be... Yeah, so this is lines, but for this bird. Okay. And then I'm gonna do flowers. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, this is where it needs to be. Okay. And then all of these need to go in here. Flower lines. And then I need to duplicate the folder. Both of these are not part of this one. And then for this one, we don't need you, you. We can get rid of those. And then that's the ones I need here. Okay. And then that can go here. Half of this is file setup. Okay. I know it looks like a mess. That's because it is. I'll get to it in a minute. And then I need the frame. Which goes in the back here. Okay. Oh, what a pain. Okay. And then that's the old one, and then this is the... for the thing. Okay, I basically need this now, honestly. Yeah. I realize you can't see anything I'm doing because my big ol' head's blocking all the fucking layers and shit. I swear, I'm doing things. I'm all the way over here. Hi. Okay. Let's work on one bird at a time. I have the frame. The frame goes in the back. These are the lines. Let's turn off the flowers for a second. What I need is the colors that go here. Okay. In here somewhere. Okay. And then there are the references. Awesome. Okay. We're good. We're going. We're moving. Turn that off. That's annoying me. Okay. So here's the thing. All of these flowers are basically going to be covering up the bottom. So what I can do with the lines is kind of just turn on the flowers again, lower the opacity so I see where I'm going, and then just kind of close it. Just roughly. Make that a reference, close that. And now I can do color. Put that in there, and there you go. Alrighty. And the reason we have color copy is because I did a rough fill-in. Go to lines. Expand. Yeah. Okay. Expand with the point just by 1. Okay. Do need to erase some stuff. So many crevasses. Too many crevasses. Turn off the other birds. There's too much bird. Oh, and an ant on my screen. I love that. Well, he's dead now. Clean out the tiny little pixels that no one's gonna notice are messed up except me. Okay, we come full circle, so we did all that. To be honest, I can kind of just move this layer up here. Yeah, it's not like it's... Yeah, okay. Because see, for some of this, I think I can just carry it over. Like this. Okay, let me get the beak as well. Although I don't think I really liked the beak color that I had. This is gonna be a lot of finagling me going back and forth and being like, Get out of the the corners. Okay. Question, bring back the birds. Yeah, it's better. I think I got that from this one. Yeah, I see. Okay. Better. Anyway. And just add a little bit of shine on top. There we go. I think that looks nice. Alright. I'm gonna take this and move it up, but I'm gonna finagle that a bit. Okay. I have it in here, right? Yeah, okay. I don't need that anymore. Uh... Because they've got, like, these little spots of darker variation here. Whoop. Too much. Too strong. How'd I do it before? Was it... No. It was this. I think it was just really weak. Yeah. So most of that's gonna be covered up by the flowers, so... See, because the thing is, I drew these, like, really loose and painterly-ish, and I really liked how that looked. But then I had to, like, do the clean lines to actually get, like, a... Because I have to put white ink on this. And that's what gives it, like, the, That's what makes the charm solid. The problem is, to do that, if you have really painterly lines, it kinda... it makes it really hard to do that, because white ink needs to be, one, kind of clean, and two, there's a thickness parameter. If an area of your white ink is too small, it'll disappear out of existence. And you don't want that. Anyway. I still want to do some more on the wing here, but I think that looks good for now. What I need is my... Is my sketch in here? I think that's it. Yeah. So, like, let me get all that. That was the original sketch, right? So really loose and such, but it would have made doing the white ink and everything a pain in the ass. So you have to go over that and clean it up a bit. Alright, get my color back. Because I'm gonna go... Oh, I made these reference layers. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to go here. So this part I can be... Oops. This part I can be loose with. Question is whether or not I want to. Oops. Okay. Then basically turn the sketch back off. Does that look good? I think I need a little more in some areas. Particularly here around the eye. Alright. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Keep a few of those. Yeah! Okay. Took 3 layers, but we got it. Okay. Now I want to go back to here. At this darker part. Put a little bit more of that on the wings. Kind of like that, I think. I'm going a little loose, alright? I'm not quite 100% mimicking the bird. Please do not kill me. Okay, I'm gonna need a stronger blur than that, please. Okay. Not that dark, but like a little more. Yeah, maybe like that. The other thing is I should probably take the lines. Well, because theoretically, I think I have this. Merge layers, and then put it on top of the lines. Yeah. Okay. And then you do that. And then it changes the line color. Yay! Ugh. And then the eyes are just almost kind of black. Not quite. Alright. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, I know what happened. It's called bloody thing selected something that I didn't want it to select. My favorite. Oh yes, me posture, you are right. Yeah. Thank you, Ribbons. My back appreciates it. Ugh. I keep doing that thing where I'm like leaning forward to put my elbow on the table. Don't do that. Don't recommend it. See, now I'm wondering if the mask is too dark because it makes the eye a little hard to see, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Oh, you know what? It has this little gray thing around it. Let's do this. Uh, select, invert, expand, just by one. And I'm gonna go down here into the color. Put that there. Right? And then I can go to the filter and I can thicken this if I have to, but not that much. There we are. And then just blur it. But not that much. You know? That's the little thing. And then I can just, like, lightly. Does that look stupid? That little ring? Because that's what they have. They have that little gray ring. Just wondering if that looks... Unless... I feel like I need it, though. Because otherwise you can't see the bloody eye. Put that at, like, 40? Yeah. Okay. That's the beak. The beak's fine. The mask is fine. I'm... No, that's too much. Hold on. I think that's a little better. Just, it was, like, not fully encapsulated. Okay. That's... good. It's like orange over here. Oh, there's so much color variation on a bird. And then blur. Then I have to go through and get rid of it on the other side. Okay. I don't want it to be super strong. I want this part to be subtle. And then I need to go back in with that, like, dusky color over here. And then blur that. Alright. I feel like we're finally getting somewhere. And then the pain is that there's a second bird. I did this to myself. Again, I don't want it too strong, but I do want it there. And then I take these. It's like going between a feather. We just pretend like we don't see it. Okay? Everyone close your eyes and pretend we don't see it coming randomly from in between different feathers. Well, to be fair, all of this is the body over here. Wondering whether or not I want to put like a shadow in the back here. You know? Like a nice little gradient. Like that. Because when you put the flowers on top, which... Where the fuck are the flowers? Like that. Yeah, I think that should be fine. See, now I'm looking at the head and it looks too flat compared to all the shading I did on the body. Damn it. Damn it, I went too ham. Dang, nip it. Alright, let me take this color. Blur. Blur it again. This one's nice and subtle. So I can go in with the color that's a little less subtle. See, now I'm wondering if I'm making him too subtle. Is that good? Or is that too subtle? Can you even see it? Because I have dumb artist eyes who can see like the tiniest little variance in colors and pixels and shit, and I'm like, can you see it? Can you see anything? Because I don't know anymore. Ugh. I mean, is it okay? I have to remember this is gonna be like 7 centimeters. Maybe bump up both of these by 5. If I'm unsure, bump it up by 5. It's not too much of a commitment, but it is there, you know? I think that should be fine, especially if we go back and we put the flowers back on. Okay, and then go back to the color. Where's the beak? That's the eye. This is the beak. Up that again by 5. Maybe 10, actually. Okay. I am satisfied with that. That looks like the bird. I did the thingy I said to do. By God. Okay. So now is the interesting bit. Okay, I think the lines are fine. Whatever, that's there. This is an empty one. Okay. Now I have to deal with the flowers, which are a hectic mess. The problem being that I'm using different flowers for both birds, but the same like base foliage. I don't know how to explain it better than that. So like these leaves and these branches and this grass thingy is going to be the same, but then like these two flowers are going to be different. So this is a sunflower and a cornflower. And then for the blue jay, it's gonna have a hydrangeas and a cone flower. That's what it is. Yeah. So now I get to have fun trying to figure this out. Turn off the bird. Okay. The sunflowers. They're blocking things. Ugh, Christ. See, this part's fine. This leaf is fine. This one's gone, so I might as well abscond with it altogether. No reason to have it there if you're not going to see it. Like I said, those are fine. These are kind of at the funky intersection. I don't like how this part is touching the line here. Then it's touching there. Christ. Alright. And if I do this, then it gets all, like, crunchy. How much can you see of the bird from there? You see pretty down on the bird, actually. Well. Yeah. Oh, this is the problem I have with these things. Okay, this one's also pretty much non-existent. It doesn't need to be here. These are all fine. It's this little clump. You know, I'm just gonna leave it where it is. The branches are fine. Not worried about the branchies. Cornflower. This... I think what I needed to do was... No, it was on the sunflower. That's what it was. This one needs to be on its own layer. Because this sunflower in the back is going to be behind that cornflower, but then these sunflowers are going to be in front. I know what I mean. Okay. Let's do this. Leaves. Color. Very, very roughly. In like the brightest, most neon green possible. Close it. Oh, wait, shit, I just realized what I did. Hold on. Okay. Go back until I delete that leaf. I need a copy, because I'm using the same leaves for both of the birds. Or, wait a minute. Flower lens copy, leaves copy. Okay, never mind. I did already make a copy. Alright, well then I just have to delete the two things I just deleted earlier. Alright, easy. Okay. Folder. Flower color. For the leaves. Okay. Now I should be able to use this and just whoop. Haha! I'll make it better later. Just stop blinding myself. Okay. This is the leaves. Branches. Deal with branches in a second. Grass. Turn off the leaves. Turn off the bird. Grass be my reference. Voila. A little bit of cleanup. Okay. Take that and just Make it a color that won't burn all of our eyeballs. Okay. Well, you know what? I guess it doesn't really matter in the end if I have a color folder, because I'm gonna have to have them in multiple... I realize. Okay, anyway, let me put the grass behind the leaves. Yeah, sure. Whoops. Okay. Ugh. Hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. I needed to figure out what color I was gonna make the cornflower and the hydrangeas. Bah. Hmm. I think because the sunflowers with the cardinal and all that stuff are very warm toned, so I think I was gonna make the cornflowers cool toned. And then the hydrangeas were gonna be warm toned to offset the cool tone of the blue jay. I think that's what it was. Hmm. Okay. Let me just finagle all that back on real quick. And then put all that on. You see the vision, right? That's the idea. And then I have them in the frame. You're not gonna see the bottom of the frame because all the flowers are gonna be there. And I have the different flowers for the blue jay. Uh... Oh wait, what happened here? Oh, the original sketch is on. That's what it was. I was like, why is there a mark here? It's called the Old Journey sketch. That's what that is. Okay, now you see the vision. And then it's the same thing, but a blue jay. Right? Look at that. Neat. Very happy with it. But I need to finagle the colors. And I also need to take a pill. Thank you! I need to color the blue jay in properly. But I think this cardinal looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at that eyeball. The intricacies. That texturing. Because the thing is, I mean, you guys saw what I make. I just did a whole thing of showing you all the stuff. But I kind of want to... Because I have, like, 2 art styles, okay? I have one that's, like, all of my merch that you've seen, and then I have, like, the style I do when I make games. Oh, thank you, Ribbon. But, but I was like, I kind of want to incorporate more of that, like, loose art style that I have. No, that's the wrong button. Cause, oh, it's in my screenshots, I think. Or no, it's in portfolio. Yeah, this shit. Like this sort of stuff, right? Like, that's the other art style. And then what you guys are used to seeing from me is, like... I can find literally any of my own work, you know? Well, fucking... What am I doing? I know where my stuff is. And that, and all of these, like this kind of shit. Like, this is what you guys are used to from me. You know? All this sort of stuff. Which is very cute and very clean, and I do like it. Obviously, I draw on it all the time. But, like, then I also do this. And I'm doing it a lot more because of the tutoring and the video games and stuff, and I'm like, I want to incorporate that into me merch. Just a little bit. Not too much. Which is why I still have, like, the clean lines and everything, but, like, I'm going a little looser on the colors and doing shading and everything's not all flat and stuff. So, actually, I kind of want to add a little more shading to the bottom of, the beak here. Tiniest little bit more on the bottom here. But, you know, just a little thing where I'm like, I want to just put that a little bit in. Especially because I'm doing it so much more now. Yeah, there we go. Look at that depth. Tiny little shadow. But, oh, all the difference. Makes me wonder if I should go over here. Just put a little bit of a shadow right there. Actually, I like how it looked at the 6. Just a tiny little shadow right here. Just a little bit of a darker spot. Yeah. Oh, minuscule shading portions. Why do you always make everything look so much better? Look at that. Ugh. I'm very happy with this. And then, oh wait, hold on, I have to turn this off. I'm about to open a file you can't see yet. Because I'm gonna steal a color from it. If I can find it. Oh, all of the naming. You're not gonna know. Listen, I already showed you like 3 sneak peeks of products, okay? You can't complain. You can't say I never do nothing for you. Can't can't say I never do nothing for you. Alright. And then a little more into the orange. And a little bit darker. Not too dark. I needed to steal that, yellowy color. Needed that. It was important. Okay. But look at that. Isn't that neat? I kind of want to... Hold on. I kind of want to do... Give me this. Invert. No, not don't invert. Expand. Maybe like 3? Okay. Oh, it's subtle, but it makes the difference. Look at that. What if I blur it out just a little bit? Blur it out a little bit more. That might be a little too much. Pull it back. Look at that! Ooh! Oh, I'm devolving. I'm so happy with my own art. Look at the bird. Ugh. I'm very happy. Oh my god. Oh shit, the other thing is on there. Not you. I was gonna put snowdrops. And then I was concerned for their thickness, and also I didn't like the shape of them. So they don't get to be in there. Anyway. Look at that. I might need to take this branch. Nope. This branch specifically, and just bump it in by 1. And like... it depends, because whatever I do to this one, I'm gonna have to do to the other one. And I don't want to finagle anything bad in a bad way. Oh, wait, I need my... This is very important. This square is the most important thing now on this image. So this is a 1 millimeter square. 1 millimeter. But we need it because white ink and any other like special thing that I might possibly do. Yes, it's there. That is our friend. I know, we're just gonna go back, squint at it. But anyway, this square is basically our guide of don't make anything smaller than this. So like this particular area here, right? It just kind of fits in here. So I'm thinking of maybe doing something to the frame. I'm not gonna say what, I'm thinking about it, so I don't want to put it out into the world and ruin, and then not do it or whatever. But this little area might actually live if I do what I think I'm gonna do. Because that area is pretty much almost 1 millimeter, and then, like, it extends. So, same thing over here. Yeah, that's bigger than 1 mil. Okay. As long as it's bigger than 1 millimeter. That's what matters. But I need that there for, like, reference. So that way I can go, oh, this is too big. Oh, it's not 1 millimeter. It's gonna get ruined, basically. I also have to check it over the frame to make sure the frame is bigger than 1 mil, because, all of this space is gonna be transparent. So the white ink is just gonna sit underneath here, which is why I need to check, because, if it wasn't, I was gonna have a problem. Okay. Fix my seating here. But I'm very happy with this. Nice. The only problem is I also have to do the Blue Jay, and I have to, like, finagle all the colors here. Because, again, anything I do to this one, I do to the other one. It actually might be better to do the Blue Jay first for the flowers, now that I think about it, because the sunflowers on this one are larger than the hydrangeas on the other one, which means it shows more of the leaves and the grass and stuff. And then I can copy that over here, and then I can just erase and cover it up as I go. So that might actually be the better idea. So we finished this bird, but I need to, like, switch gears. Put all this in a folder. This is frame. And I gotta go to the Blue Jay, but specifically for its plants. So specifically for this. Because as you can see, there's more showing in between. Alright, well. Hmm. Ugh. Okay. I need to take my pill. And also, come back to me. And also, I've been doing this mostly all day. So I'm tired. I think I'm probably gonna call it there. Let me do this. We'll do a raid, because I should do a raid. But yeah, I'm gonna call it that. And thank you for coming! Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you all so much for dropping by. I very much so appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful night and the sweetest of dreams. And I'll see y'all next time.